Hi,
How are
can you
you?
see me?
It's
I'm
a
doing great. How you doing?
but I'm doing great.
That's great. I seen in an interview that you said that you were supposed to wear the ball gown on Hocus Pocus the entire movie. Is that true?
Yes. I know, isn't that crazy? Yeah, it was supposed to be for the entire movie, and somebody had the wonderful idea to switch me out into normal clothes. Thank goodness. Could you imagine me running around Salem, especially going through the trees and the bushes with like, brambles all
With a
over
ball gown.
my. It's a
Do
nice
you
costume,
think that
definitely not worth ruining. Yeah.
exactly? Do you think Allison and Max are still together?
Oh yeah. I think they, especially when you go through something together, like traumatic, like almost dying, I
Yeah.
think that it kind of solidified their relationship. And you know, it's sweet. He's sweet. I mean, he's a little dorky for her, but she still loves his sincerity, I'd say. And I think they have kids and they're overprotective of them. Definitely.
I would be.
I know, exactly.
Now, I saw Hills Have Eyes. That was a very good movie. My
Oh, thanks.
question is, what do you think was the most frightening scene that you did in that movie?
Okay, my most frightening scene was definitely the scene where I die. Um, and it was more because it was technical. I know this sounds weird, but I had a lot of blood, movie blood all over me. And Robert
Hmm.
Joy, who was acting with me in the scene, the poor guy has his makeup, his cleft palate. He was not allowed to drink or eat. So he was miserable and I was miserable with all of this
Oh,
like blood all over me, stuck to the floor of the trailer. It was terrible. And they had to literally, when they called for lunch, they're like, Vinessa, come. And I couldn't get off the floor. Like I was just completely stuck to the floor. They had to put water all over the floor to unstick me because we were in 110-degree heat in the middle of the Sahara Desert. Yeah.
oh my God. Did they scare you
That
during the
wasn't
movie?
that was not necessarily scary, but it was really hard to do because, you know, it was just, yeah. Yeah,
Um,
I was scared more of being like because we shot. Many people don't know, but we did not shoot in New Mexico. We shot in Morocco, in Africa,
oh,
and
really?
I know. So I think it was because many people know about like tax breaks now, because everybody can read everything, but there was no tax break in New Mexico for filming. Um, so they hadn't gone there yet and started filming with tax breaks. So um, it made sense for the director, who was French. He probably visited Morocco a bunch of times because it's close. You just have to take a plane ride. It's like a 1 hour plane ride or 2 hour plane ride to Morocco. And so he probably researched there and saw that there were a lot of hills that look like New Mexico. So he basically decided for us to film there, and that was good. It was a good idea because it looked really
Yeah.
haunting, and there were no cars driving by. There was no sign of any city life. It was literally the middle of nowhere, so it wasn't hard to imagine being scared in the middle of those
I can
hills.
imagine that.
Yeah.
Um, you playing Kate McPherson on Ray Donovan. What do you think was the most challenging scene that you did on that show?
It's not a very cool answer, but there's a scene where I'm having drinks uh, with Ray, and I think it's right before he and I get together. Um, and I, as a person, had just decided to become vegan and also to quit sugar. And there's a drink that I'm drinking in that scene that was Coke. It was supposed to be like rum and Coke. I started drinking it, and I literally could not remember my lines because I literally was so high on sugar. I was like, wow, sugar is like amazing when you don't do it for a while. I was like, zing! Like I could not even, I was like bouncing all over the walls. I was like, I'm so sorry. I don't remember any of my lines. They're all going out the window. This is nuts. I have no recollection of anything. So he was
The
really
director.
sorry. I have had too much sugar and I quit sugar. And they said, oh, okay, we can switch your drink. And I was like, oh my God. Wow. But then also, you know, there's a scene where we are, you know, having sex, and that was really hard for me because you know, there's a lot of nudity in that show, and I didn't want to have nudity. So it was hard, but I worked it out with the producers, and we were able to do something that we all agreed upon. But that took a couple of days of coordinating.
Did y'all have like an intimacy coach?
You're smart. You know all about all this stuff.
Like,
no, because they just
well, I right now I'm working on Interview with the Vampire here in Louisiana right now. That's why.
Oh yeah, okay. Well then you know.
Yeah.
What are you doing on it?
Right now it's just an AD.
Oh, nice.
When you do films when you do films in Louisiana, most of the good parts, like what I like to do is a boom operator, but all the good jobs are already have been cast, you know, already has been taken. So you just get what's ever left over here.
Yeah, that's true. And it's such a small community, I'm sure. So yeah, no, we didn't have any intimacy coach because that didn't start. It seems like it's forever now, right? But that didn't start until lockdown, until 2020.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so basically it was kind of left to the director and the actors to figure out. And that's what I ended up doing. So there you go. I ended up being kind of
I'm gonna say bravo to you because I don't know who directed it, but the way they did it was very nice. All the scenes came together. So it wasn't like in your face, there it is. It was just a very nice, well done scene, and then you move on to the next scene. So that was very well done. So good job on that, definitely.
Thank you. And I feel like I really planned it right, and I made sure that nobody could see me without Liev, so they knew that it wasn't like me just being in a, like, you know how it is on the internet now. People can just grab scenes from movies and they just say, this is her porn, but it's not, you know, it's like you're acting. So I made sure that every shot with me had Liev in it. So it was great. So nobody could take it out of context. Yeah.
Right. And I think that's how all scenes like that should be shot, in my opinion.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
What is your favorite horror movie?
Not being a horror fan, my favorite one is Lost Boys. Because
mine too.
Oh really? Yeah. I love that one. Just because I felt like maybe it's how people feel about Hocus Pocus. You can go on the journey of the scary parts because you're following young people through the scary parts. You know, they're the main protagonists. So you're not as scared, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Or you don't have to be strong. You can be weak like the young Corys. Who I just met.
I love the Corys.
I just met Corey Feldman at a con.
Oh my God.
I know. I
like Corey Feldman.
Yeah, me too. Such a good actor. I mean, he doesn't really act anymore, but as a
both
kid,
of them was good actors.
Both of them, I know. I agree.
In Hocus Pocus, do you think that Max lit the candle to impress Allison because he knew he liked her?
I think so, right? Because he got totally dissed.
Yeah.
Very good point. He got dissed, you know, by me. Then he got dissed by he got bullied, should I say, by the boys twice, you know, within like one day. And yeah, I think he was just like trying to get his like manhood back in a way, you know? So yeah, I think so.
I didn't hear that. Well, it worked. It worked.
I know. It worked. The candle worked, but the journey was probably unsatisfactory, to say the least, for all of us.
Have you or do you either watch or done short films?
I don't watch many short films unless my friends are in them. And I actually directed a short film that a friend of mine asked me to do. It was for her short film. And it was one of the most like gratifying things I've ever done. It kind of got me out of my acting brain, and I was shocked to see how much I liked it and how I kind of absorbed over the years. You know, you're in production, so you know like everything that everybody does. And I now realize that I knew stuff through osmosis of being on set. And you'll like this since you love Boom. So, you know, by the end of shooting, the two people that came up to me were from the sound department, and they were like, hey, Vinessa, you're really cool, and just want to know you're a great director and so easy to work with. It's pretty chill. And I was like, I walked away going, oh my God, the sound department gave me a compliment. They never talk. They just want to get out of there. They're like their own world. The fact that they like came over and talked to me at the end was amazing. I was like, that is the biggest compliment ever.
That's what's great about working on short films is things like that.
I know, right?
You know, I can work with you one day, maybe.
That'd be amazing. I mean, it's not too far fetched. Louisiana, there's a lot of films there. So, and did you got your tax? Did you get your tax incentive back, or did you? Yep. Okay, yeah, because it was gone for a while, right? Yeah, yep. That's good.
Sure was. And I was listening to you sing. You got a good voice. You need to, you know, make yourself an album and do a little dancing in your video.
Yeah. Thank you. I would love to. I kind of want to just explore. I've always wanted to be in a musical, so maybe I'll explore that in a film and see if it's something that I want to do. But I think it's a good, healthy start to do it within a film situation, because that's what I'm used to. So I think if I did do anything, it'd be there. Yeah.
Well, I hope you do, because I definitely check that out.
Thank
you.
You.
Check that out.
What's your dream? Tell me your dream to end.
I really want to direct a feature, because I do obviously short horror films.
Yeah.
And I always get this in my head that, oh man, I'm getting too old. You know, this is not going to work out, which is not true. But you know, you always put yourself down. At least I do when you get discouraged, and that's what happens to me. But I want to direct a bigger production.
Yeah, that'd be amazing. I'm with you. You know, it's hard because this business is so youth focused, but I feel like more and more people really need you know, people who are experienced to help in doing production as well as directing, you know, because it can't just be the young people doing it all themselves and running around like chickens with their heads cut off. Right. It's like we got to be the people that can help them and create stories that encourage them, you know. And
you got social media and you got crowdfunding, so that helps a little, because they didn't have that when I started.
Yeah, I know, exactly. And even when I started, you couldn't be an actor that was outside of your own box. Like you literally had to be if you were a commercial actor, you stayed a commercial actor, and same with TV or film. So now it's like everyone's a multi-hyphenate and crossing over and all that. So it's like, you know, yeah, you could do anything now. And I'm doing that. Good. I'm doing that with you. Like I'm with you as well. I'm doing my own stuff and I want to do more. So
Yeah.
I'm going to start
That's
producing.
good though, because they don't pigeonhole nobody like they did back in the day.
Yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot of shows that I didn't do or films I didn't do because I didn't want to be stuck as like just the girlfriend or the hot girl. And, you know, maybe I should have done some of that because then I have an easier time. But at the same time, I have my integrity. You know what I mean? And I wouldn't have been happy.
I want to tell you.
Yeah.
It's not a question, but I don't know the name of this movie. I can't believe I can't remember the name, but it's one of my favorite movies you've done. Is when you had to go live on a reservation. I don't remember the name of the movie. Love that movie. It was a very good movie. No.
Coyote Summer. Oh, I love that movie too. Do you know it's my son? My son loves that movie.
Yeah. It just she had to learn a lot. It was just a good movie. It really was.
Oh yeah, I love it too. That was a Mormon movie, so I felt very comfortable showing my son because there was no cursing or any weird stuff. So I showed it to him like a year ago, and he loved it. Yeah, and I love the memory of that. You know, Adam Beach. I love him. He's great. He's still such a good actor. So I'm glad you loved it. And I hope to see your stuff soon. We're gonna
have a couple of things.
We're gonna live our.
I have a couple of things on my YouTube channel, but they're not the best, you know.
No, but that's a start, and we gotta keep living our dreams.
Yes. Well, thank you.